Welcome back, guys, and in this video we will be learning about arrays. So as you remember from JavaScript, I hope you remember, arrays is a way we can store many values in a single variable. So let's create a new project called arrays, and I will just show you some simple arrays in let's see, close project, simple arrays in C++. So we have our default project. Let's build and run and see what happens. Hello world. And you remember that we could create an integer variable like this. Let's say that this is a number of cars like this, and we have 10 cars. Maybe it is 10 cars in the garage, maybe it's 10 cars in a car store, whatever. It is number of cars and we have 10 cars. So let's output that to the console. And you see number of cars is 10. Beautiful. What if we want some information about all of these cars? What if we want some information? Well, we can do like this. We can have int, and let's say that we want to have the number of miles each car has traveled. So car miles, like this. And now what we can do is that we can create an array by doing these square brackets. This way we are telling C++ that, you know what, this variable will be an array. And here we open our curly brackets, and now we can type several values. So let's say that the first car has traveled 15 miles, the second car has traveled 13 miles, then we have 15 again, 16, then we have 3, then we have 5, 6, 4, 23. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have 9, and then we have 10, like this. So we have car miles. Now let's compile and run so that it runs perfectly. Nice. Now the good thing with this is that we now can get the number of let's see, now we can get the number of total car miles if we use a loop, and we will be learning about loops later on, so let's wait with that. But let's, for example, try to get numbers from the array. So what we can do is we can do cout, and then we can do car miles and then 0. And so you remember from JavaScript that this will get the value from the first element. So if I build and run, you see I get 15. And now if I get let's see, if I do like this and I do 1, 2, 3, 4 and I build and run, you see that I now can access the values here in the array. I have 15, 13, 15, 16, 3. And the reason why we use 0 instead of 1 in order to access the first element, and the reason why we use 1 instead of 2 to access the second element, is because this is a long tradition that has been in programming languages, and you can think of this 0 as offset. So really what we're telling C++ here is that take the element with offset 0, meaning that look at the array and do not jump anywhere and take the first element. And here we're telling C++, go to the array car miles and jump one element and then take the second element. So this is why we get the second element when we give the array the index 1. So just some history and just some background why we use 0 to get the first element and 1 to get the second, and so on and so forth. But of course we can also have let's decrease the number of cars to 3, so it is a bit simpler to work with. We can also have for example string array, string, and we have a car manufacturer like this, and here we can have, for example, Saab, we can have Volvo, we can have BMW like this. And the same thing here, I can do car manufacturers and access the different elements in the arrays like this. And I build and run, and you see I get Saab, Volvo, BMW, number of cars is 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand more. As I mentioned, now that we have arrays, we can do interesting calculations with loops. And in order to make this program more interesting, let's learn about loops and let's connect this program to our new program which will have loops in it. So guys, I'll see you in the next video.